Long ago, a very rich man named Ram Bahadur lived in a village. He had a lot of wealth, land, and property. But he had only one sorrow. He had no children. Ram Bahadur tried as much as he could to overcome his misery by ignoring his fate and getting treatment. But he did not have any children. Ram Bahadur's last hope was also shattered. He now started trying to forget his sorrows by helping people in public service. Every day, some person or the other used to come to Ram Bahadur's house. One day,
Master, I have come to you very helpless. Please save me from this trouble.
Why? What happened, Ramcharan? What's the matter?
My daughter's marriage has been fixed. But now, how do I tell you, sir? Due to lack of money, I am not able to talk to the boy's family properly. Due to not having any land for 2 years, our stomach and life both have become dry. Our daughter's is also growing. I'm not able to understand anything, sir. What should I do?
I understand everything. Your daughter is also my sister, so your daughter's marriage is my responsibility. You don't worry.
After listening to Ram Bahadur, tears come in his eyes. He said,
I have no words left to thank you. My prayers will always be with you, sir.
Saying this, Ramcharan went away from there. After a few days, Ram Bahadur was going to the market. He met an old woman on the way. She was sitting on the road and crying. Ram Bahadur asked very politely,
What happened? Why are you crying, mother?
I'm not able to find a place to live, son. I'm thinking where to go. Where should I go?
But mother, where is your family?
I had only one son, but last year he passed away. Since then, I am living alone, son.
Ram Bahadur felt very sad after listening to the old man. He said,
It doesn't matter. From today, you will stay in my house, mother. I will take care of you.
After listening to Ram Bahadur, the old woman felt very peaceful and happy.
Always be happy, my son.
Saying this, the old woman left for Ram Bahadur's house very peacefully. Days started passing. In this way, Ram Bahadur started spending all his time in his work as well as helping others. One day, Ram Bahadur was sitting alone. Then a village man came in front of Ram Bahadur and said,
What happened, Ram? Why are you sitting alone so silently? Are you not feeling well?
Then Ram Bahadur said very sadly,
Even after trying so hard, I did not have a single child. When I see other people's children, I feel very sad. I don't know why God did this to me only.
Hearing this, Ram Bahadur's friend said,
Don't worry. You've always done good for everyone. God will never let anything wrong happen to you. Who knows, your hopes may get fulfilled.
Days started passing. Indeed, after a few months, twin babies were born in Ram Bahadur's house. Ram Bahadur's happiness knew no bounds. On this happy occasion, Ram Bahadur donated as much as he could to the poor in the village from his heart. He invited everyone for the long life of his child. Days passed slowly. Ram Bahadur's children were growing up. Ram Bahadur started spending more time with his children. Ram Bahadur did not have time for social service like before. Ram Bahadur was completely lost in his happiness. Ram Bahadur had collected all the wealth for his children. But one day, Ram Bahadur's elder son got a very high fever. Ram Bahadur kept wandering there for the right treatment of his child. People of the village started coming to Ram Bahadur's house. But despite so many effects, Ram Bahadur could not save his child. Ram Bahadur could not control himself from the pain of losing his elder son. Days were passing like this. Then after a few months, Ram Bahadur's younger son also appeared ill. This time Ram Bahadur was in deep worry. People of Ram Bahadur's village come to him to become his strength.
Don't worry, son. I pray to God that your son gets well soon.
Ram Bahadur said very sadly,
My wife has left me. After this, my elder son left me. Till now, my only support in life was my younger son, Rahul. If something happens to him, then I will be nowhere.
Have courage, son. Have faith in God. God is the only one who can cure us all.
A few weeks passed, but the doctor could not save Rahul due to the lack of effect of the medicine. This time, Ram Bahadur had lost his senses, his courage, everything. After losing his younger son, Ram Bahadur's voice seemed to have stopped. It seemed as if all his strength and courage had completely vanished. The people of the village started taking to Ram Bahadur after seeing him.
Why did God do this to Ram Bahadur? This should not have happened to that poor man. If God is so difficult, then who will believe in God?
Slowly time started passing. Ram Bahadur's condition was becoming like that of a mad person. He had even stopped talking to anyone. Wandering here and there, one day, Ram Bahadur saw a saint in an ashram. The saint was doing penance in solitude. On seeing the saint, Ram Bahadur could no longer control his complaint in tears. Ram Bahadur said while crying,
Please open your eyes. I have come to you with a lot of questions. If you do not open your eyes, I will give up my life right here in front of you.
The saint opened his eyes and said,
What happened, son? Tell me, what is your problem?
I have a complaint against your God. God took away my 2 children from me. If he didn't want to give them to me, he shouldn't have. Why did God do so much injustice to me?
Hearing to Ram Bahadur's words, the saint said very calmly,
God has not done any injustice to you, son. God is not at fault in this matter. You are getting everything according to your karma.
My karma? I don't understand anything.
Whatever things we are influenced by in our life to attain happiness and try to attain them with all our heart, the same things come back to us with sorrow when the time comes. You did not have children before. That is why there was a little sorrow the day you had children. Along with great happiness, sorrow also followed. But we do not know this. In the moment of happiness, we forget everything and live and enjoy that moment. If you had not wanted this happiness, then you would not have to bear this sorrow. You eagerly asked God for the happiness of children. God did what you wanted.
Ram Bahadur said very sadly,
But I've kept my deeds right. I've done as much good as I could for others. But still, why am I the only one in this sorrow?
It is not like that, son. First of all, whatever good work you did for others, there was a little ego hidden in your mind, which you have just revealed in front of me. You have to do as good a deed as possible. God will take care of that. Second thing, you said why there is sadness even after doing good deed. Look, son, when sadness comes in your life, it comes to teach us something by giving us a lesson. Like you desired that happiness, which you felt that after this happiness, you don't need anything else. But when you achieved that happiness, now that same happiness has been taken away from you. Look, you are not able to bear it. Now, if God wants to do anything in this, then what can he do, son? That is why I told you earlier, behind every happiness of ours, sadness is visible. It is just a matter of time. You got happiness. But what did you get in return? In return, you had to bear so much sadness. Instead, if you had not wanted happiness, then you would not have to bear sadness.
But everyone around me is very happy. This did not happen with them.
Saint smiled and said,
No one is happy, son. Everyone is in the same condition as you. It's just a matter of time. Any learns the lesson quickly, and any learn it late.
Ram Bahadur was now understanding everything.
Now what should I do, my lord?
Without the desire for happiness, you should involve yourself in even better and higher work than before. The more you do good work selflessly, the more peace your mind will get. And through this peace, you will get true happiness. And this happiness will never be taken away from you. As long as life exists, this happiness will remain with you. Always remember one thing. This desire of ours for happiness is only for 2 moments. This happiness is not real. It will be taken away after a few days. These happiness come to us as real, mislead us, and go away after giving us pain.
After that day, Ram Bahadur worked selflessly for social service and started spreading the Saint Amrit Bani to the people of the society.
If by chance we get happiness, then take care of it at that very moment, and think, if happiness has come in our life, then it is certain that we will get sorrow in return. So do not let happiness dominate you. If you let it dominate, it means that you will have to face sorrow with more trouble. Be patient with yourself during happiness. Only then we can control ourselves, and can reduce sorrow and pain in our life. Sorrow is born only from our demand for happiness. Happiness is an illusion of our mind. This happiness is not permanent. But if we do not desire happiness and selfishness in our actions, then these actions themselves become our happiness. And this happiness never leaves. So if you want to end sorrow, then you will have to remove yourself from happiness and selfishness.